Smart Chiropractors, it is time for Mindset Mentor. This is where we take a few moments to exactly check what's going on upstairs because all else stems from that. And in chiropractic practice, day in and day out, sometimes that can get away from all of us, even if we're pretty diligent about our study. So, Jason, you and I were talking pre-show about your topic. I'm going to leave it maybe not as a surprise, but something that you can, unveil as we get started on today's Mindset Mentor segment. So, here, take it away.
Here we go. A lot of people wonder, why mindset? I just want a good ROI. Give me the business principles, get to the strategies, and, leave me alone. Stop trying to change me. I'm fine. And the answer to that is, I wish I could. But the reality as it relates to success that I learned from my mentors very early on, we've talked about this in other episodes at a high level, is the concept that most people live their lives that when I have this, then I will feel that. When I have the patient volume, when I have the income, when I have the car, the house, the girl, the guy, the kids, the retirement, the line always moves that when I finally graduate high school, graduate chiropractic school, get my practice, it constantly is there that we delay our feeling of satisfaction, of accomplishment, of achievement, of just general happiness. We always delay our satisfaction, and it simply fits in the formula of have, do, be. When I have this, I'll do this, and I'll be this kind of person or be happy. And the reality from everything I've studied and continue to study, from the mentors to the videos to the books, tapes, audios, thousands of hours over the decades I've been consuming to learn the secrets of happiness, contentment, success, whatever that means, is that the real secret to all of it is to reverse that equation. That when you feel a certain way, then you will do certain things that are aligned with that feeling. And the part that most of us don't take into consideration is that we are not an island on our own. We are all connected. This is a universe. This is one song. We are all in this connection of life together. And so recently I've been doing a lot of work studying Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. He is a both chiropractor, but he has spent a significant amount of time studying epigenetics and neurology. And he's really a neuroscientist who studies a lot about neuroplasticity, the ability to change our brains. And what he's really teaching, based on the evidence of his thousands of people he's worked with, he literally does workshops, 1,500 people in a massive room, and literally measures their brain waves before meditation, after meditation, before learning this material, after learning this material. And he unequivocally will tell you that if you want to understand how to really attract to you the success you want, that it's a very simple formula. I'm not saying it's simple to do, it's simple in concept, but he actually sort of makes the metaphor to kind of go, oh, I get it. Training your brain is very similar to training an animal, training a dog, let's say, for example. So, a lot of us get frustrated and even cynical because we go, well, I meditated this morning and I don't have $10 million in my bank account. And my dream girl hasn't shown up and I'm still living in this dump. That's not how it works. Any more than looking at a pet, looking at a dog and going, sit, and having them say, rough, ignoring you. It takes time. It takes training. And so that's really what, this is all about, is first understanding that it is very rare to create the success you want in your life. And to be clear, I don't mean that it's very difficult to achieve a physical goal. I'm not saying you can't, from where you are to where you want to go, have a dollar goal that you want, have a person you want to meet, a place you want to go, a thing you want to do. But what those goals often, almost always, do not include is the feeling you will feel when you have those things. And There is no shortage of stories. You can pick up, go to TMZ or any celebrity rag you might look at and see how many people have achieved the material success. They've got what appears to be physically the best of everything, the most money, the best looking people, the best restaurants, travel, access, admiration, all you could want. And many of them are still miserable. And you only look at that as an example to say that the physical stuff doesn't solve the problem. Now, I love the physical stuff as much as everybody else does. I'm not against any of it. But what I am saying is that what Dr. Dispenza is teaching, and I've heard this from Tony Robbins, Bruce Lipton, many others, we'll get into them in future Mindset Mentors. But what I'm saying is that what we're all ultimately after is a feeling. What would it feel like if you had 10 million, whatever your number is in the bank? What would it feel like if you attracted your dream spouse, male or female? What would it feel like if you had the family life that you envision or dream? What would it feel like if you could retire? Whatever you physically think you want on the outside, the question is, what would you feel like when that manifests? And the magic, the science, the experience, the evidence, the data, all suggests that until you have that feeling first and train your body and your subconscious mind to feel that feeling. And ironically, this sounds crazy. It's so overly simple to go, the only thing stopping me from feeling what it would feel like if I had X amount of dollars in the bank or whatever I want to manifest, the only thing stopping me from feeling that way is me, is you. Because ultimately, you decide what you want to feel when you want to feel it. It's just, I was watching a video of Dr. Dispenza's this morning, and it showed kind of an example of two people in the rain, pouring rain, same physical environment. One person's miserable, the other person is dancing in the rain. Your physical environment can be the same, but how you feel, how you perceive your reality, how you filter, is this good, is this bad, is 100% up to you. And that's really the message for practice success. Most of us have physical goals. I want to reach my next new patient goal level. I want to have a retention level. I want to have an income level. I want to have a practice growth level. And in order to get there, you might want to think about what Dr. Dispenza teaches. You may want to look at his work, take some of his courses, because ultimately the person in charge of attracting that, of conspiring with the universe for your success, of ultimately sort of, I almost want to call it cheating the system. And I'll close by sort of saying, cheating the system, what do you mean? Well, think about it for a moment. The goal is not for you to have the stuff. The goal is for me, I'm speaking to myself too. I'm in this process with everybody. The goal is not to have the thing. It's to have the feeling you feel when that thing happens. We all want things, but you can have $1 million in your bank and be miserable. So it's the feeling that's the end result and goal. You hear Jeff and I often use the term reverse engineering. This is that concept. Because ultimately, if the feeling is the end goal, then you're the only one that gets to choose what you're going to feel right here, right now. And what if you just chose to feel that feeling now? Now, I feel like $1 million in my bank. No, through meditation, through visualization, through being quiet, through not scrolling, not looking at all that outside stuff, but really feeling that richness and connection inside. The joke to all of it is that when you just go ahead and leapfrog into that feeling, you don't need the $1 million anymore. It's kind of the joke of it all. Now, as they'll tell you, the universe will conspire for your success. And oftentimes those that attract it are the ones that feel it. They have that self-esteem. They have that visualization. They're just dedicated to it. And imagine that. Coincidence. you attract it like a magnet. So I could go on for hours, I won't, but that's really the message. Check out Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. He's both a friend of mine. I've been to his work. I've been to his seminars, watched videos, read books, audios, all of it. Can't recommend who he is enough. And that he's a chiropractor makes it only cooler in my book. Your thoughts, Jeff?
Ultra important. Mindset is the most important thing that all of us can and should protect, but also develop. It's not only about playing defense, it's about being a little offensive in a positive way, meaning what are those proactive steps you're taking each and every day. So I'd also encourage everybody to check out Dr. Dispenza's work as well. What a great kickoff on today's show. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to the Smart Chiropractor. We are posting videos on how you can market your chiropractic practice in a way that teach and invites consistently. We have found that is the magic formula to big time growth. So if you like this video, be sure to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, or visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com.